Can we talk for a minute? Let's talk. Pull up. Let's talk about your ex. Yes, your ex partner, your ex girlfriend, if you're a man, your ex boyfriend, if you're a woman, your ex. Let's talk about it. Stop checking for your ex. Stop. Just stop. And I know it's easier said than done. I know it can feel hard to do, but let me tell you what's happening. If you had any type of sexual activity, any type of sexual relations with your ex, the two of you are spiritually married. The two of you are spiritually married. Yes, wedlock, bondage. The two of you are married in the spiritual realm. So what happens is, even if you didn't physically go to the courthouse or have a marriage certificate, when you have sex, spiritually, you are married. So you have a spiritual bond, a spiritual tie with your ex. And for some of you, that's the reason why you're running back to them, they're running back to you. And it's a cycle, a toxic cycle, because that person is an ex for a reason. And what happens is when people get into relationships, romantic relationships usually, is they're trying to fulfill a need that they have. They see a person that's very attractive to them in some kind of way. The person, they might have a really bright spirit and their aura is bright and you can see it and you're attracted to them. They might make friends easily. People are drawn to them. They're attractive in every way, the way they walk, the way they talk. Just, it seems like they breeze through life. People are going to be attracted to that. And so you get with this person and they have all these traits and qualities that seem so attractive. And it seems like if you meet up with them, it's going to fulfill something in you. You won't be lonely, you won't be bored, and you'll have some connectedness with the person. You'll have some affection, some attention. And who doesn't love attention and affection? But what happens is, if we are not married to the person, it's a problem in the spiritual realm, because marriage is actually designed to be between God. You're married to God first. All of us, God's people, are married to God. And so we're married to Him first. And then when we get married to our spouse, that spouse comes into union with the Lord, your spouse, and yourself. That's the union. It's a bond between you, all of you. And what happens is, when you hook up with somebody that you're not married to, there's no spiritual covering. In fact, there's a curse that's released upon your life. Yes, because it's a sin. Anything that does not go with the commandments of God, if it goes against the word of God, if it goes against the commandments, it brings a curse, because sin is literally death. Anything that you do that is not sanctioned by God, that is not under the laws, statutes, and commandments that He has told us to keep, if you do something that is against that, it brings death. Spiritual death. Death happens in the spirit first, and then it shows up, it manifests into the physical realm where we can see it. So what happens is, when you're not married to somebody, you are forming a covenant with death. You're forming a covenant with the underworld. And so think of it like this. Instead of it being a marriage between you, God, and your spouse, it's not a marriage, because you're just out there with some random, just doing whatever. And so now you have formed a covenant, a spiritual bond with yourself, that random, and the devil. Yes, I got to say it like this, because that's what actually happens. Because the devil can now wreak havoc in your life because you're living a life of sin. And so now everything that you hate is going to start to be manifested through that person that you thought would love you. The love that you thought you would have between you and that person, turns to hate. It manifests to hate right in front of you. No matter how they were acting in the beginning, when they were acting like their representative, that wasn't even the real them anyway. When you first meet a person, you're meeting the representative. So you're not even meeting the real character and nature of that person, because they're going to pretend with you for a while. They're going to pretend like they're everything that you want and everything that you've dreamed of. And so at first you're going to see the representative. But what happens is they can't hide it for long, and the real them is going to show up. And so they're going to start acting like their real self, which is somebody that does not love you. So when you're not married to somebody, really, y'all are just using each other. That's really what it is. You were lonely and you wanted affection. They were probably lonely and wanted affection too, and they wanted your body and you wanted their body. And whatever other needs that you felt like they could fill, that's why y'all got together. That's why y'all hooked up. But the problem with that is both of y'all have flaws and problems and challenges and spiritual issues that those are going to clash, because it's not honorable by God. In fact, it's the spirit of rejection. When you link up with somebody that you're not married to and have sex with them, what's happening is the spirit of rejection is being brought up through that relationship. I know you don't want to think about it or talk about it like that, but that's really what it is. It is the spirit of rejection that's going to manifest in that relationship. This can manifest as the person, okay, at first in the beginning, they were giving you all this love and attention and affection, and all of a sudden you sleep with them, and now they're ghosting you. You can't get them to return your calls, or they're hot and cold. 1 minute they're hot with you when they're with you, and then when they leave, when they go home, they act like they don't even know you. Spirit of rejection. That's the spirit of rejection popping up with its ugly head. Or you sleep with somebody, and then right after y'all sleep together, y'all could be in the same bed right after it happens. That person acts like they don't even know you. They go cold. Suddenly they got to leave. They remembered 100 things that they got to do, and none of them involves you. So they take off. They're gone.